sports betting has taken a whole mind of its own. Since its legalization in 2018, it's become an American mega business. But it's also led to major problems in and around the sports world, from death threats to scandals in all sports. It's become a bigger topic literally every year. Is it ruining sports? I'm Jerry, and this is a Clutch original on the controversial rise of sports betting and how it could be destroying sports forever. But we first have to look at where it all started. Sports betting has a history as long as time itself. From ancient Egyptians betting on dice to the Olympic Games, it's always had a place in sports. And it's said sports betting in America started back in the 1600s. But everything shifted in 2018. Because this was when sports betting was officially legalized in 38 out of the 50 US states. And scandals have only increased since then. One of the biggest scandals of 2024 was Jonte Porter. What did he do? He would take himself out of games for gambling, underperforming on purpose. This would help other people make money. This move led to Porter getting banned from the NBA, and he pled guilty to a federal conspiracy crime. But scandals continue to stack up across all sports. In February 2025, an MLB umpire was fired due to gambling. Pat Hoberg was found sharing betting accounts with a professional poker player, a friend who bets on games. But did Hoberg bet himself? According to Commissioner Rob Manfred, there was no evidence that he bet on games, but he failed to uphold the integrity of the game. So how did this all happen? The friend made 141 baseball bets, and 8 of them were for 5 games called by Hoberg in 2021. However, there was no evidence of Hoberg fixing the games. And Hoberg was a well-known umpire. He called his first MLB game in 2014, and in 2018, he was top 10 in the MLB in call accuracy. He can apply for reinstatement in 2026. It's also gotten increasingly worse in college sports. In March 2025, it was found that multiple Fresno State players were found betting on their own games. Michael Robinson was removed from the roster. Jalen Weaver was removed after betting $50 on himself. He'd score more than 11 points in the December game versus New Mexico, among others. The University of New Orleans had a similar situation. 4 players were suspended due to a betting ring that has been under investigation since their January 2025 suspension. Why is this happening so frequently? We can guess it was from 2 things: the introduction to sports gambling, and of course, NIL. Let's look at NIL. How much are collegiate athletes actually making? Well, not every college player is a Shedeur Sanders making $6 million, or a Livy Dunn making $4 million, with over 520,000 NCAA athletes. Over half of all NIL deals are $100 or less. But the millionaires lift averages significantly, because when you take the total earnings of all NCAA athletes, the average catapults to over $21,000. But the median earnings mark is just $480, and the median price of NIL deals is just $62. It also depends on the sport. Over 37% of all deals go to football, 15% to basketball, and 8% to both women's basketball and women's softball. Then that varies by the program. In football, starters at Power 5 schools average $45,000 a year, while the Group of 5 conferences average just $5,000. So NIL is helping college athletes, just on very different levels. And with access to legal gambling, this allows another form of income for players making less money. But it's causing other problems for athletes. It actually has put players in life-threatening situations, because MLB players are being followed home, getting death threats, evil letters delivered right to their homes, angry DMs, and even having fans ask for their Venmo accounts to pay them back. Ban policies now include a ban of betting-related hate speech. Players have a safety hotline, and teams now cannot show gambling information like betting lines during games. It's changed sports completely, shifting how sports business is run. Let's look at the Super Bowl, for example. For the 2024 Super Bowl, $23.1 billion was wagered, $16 million more than the year before, and that number continues to grow. A record of over 68 million Americans bet during the Super Bowl. That's 1 out of every 4 Americans. Wagering in general has gone from $4.9 billion in 2017 to $121.1 billion in 2023. Nearly 25 times higher, and revenue is part of that. In 2023, America's sports betting hit a record $11.04 billion in revenue. that was quickly surpassed in 2024 with $13.71 billion. For the 2024 Super Bowl, $23.1 billion was wagered, $16 million more than the year before, and a record of over 68 million Americans placed bets. That's 1 out of every 4 Americans. And since 2018, searches seeking help for gambling addictions have increased by 23%. The rise of sports betting has turned into a lucrative business, but has led to unexpected challenges around the game. But with the likelihood that it's not going away anytime soon, what are your thoughts on the state of sports betting today?